Okay, we're back. We're back live. The link is in the link is in the chat box. Hopefully, YouTube can't get it together. I don't know what the problem is. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I guess I'll have to edit this thing up. It's probably dry enough to do my fuselage jig trick there. Yeah, that would have been a disaster. Pretty nasty. Okay. Let me go on here. Everyone follows me. Settings. More. All right, we're up and running again, I guess. So we have a little stickiness on this, so I want to put some wax paper down so I don't glue it to my makeshift jig here. The nice thing about doing a fuselage this way is when the jig is no good, there's glue all over it or whatever, these are so cheap, you just throw it out and get a new one. I think it's about $7. Wasn't very expensive at all. So we'll get another piece of wax paper here. So you want to put your lines that you made on the crutch right on the center line. You take these triangles that you just made up, and we'll glue a couple here right to the board. I don't have any accelerator, so I hope it'll glue. Yep. Make sure you mark the 90s, or else you'll be sorry. Some guys have built themselves an adjustable fuselage jig. I've always wanted one. I just never got around to making one. I've always done it like this. You can do it on the glass as well. That's the same as I do at home. And you just come back here, get the piece of 3/16 back there. I don't think I have any 3/16. So what are we going to do for 3/16? Let's take a piece of 16th and make a piece of quarter 3/16. Now this is not the recommended way to do things because it's heavier, but I don't have any 3/16 and I want to get this fuselage kind of glued up. Yeah. This is a very light piece of 16th, so instant 3/16 square. Yep. We're going to FCM this weekend. For you guys who don't know what FCM is, it's a Fellowship of Christian Modelers. It's on the Nats LPAD. Not very far from here. It only takes about an hour to get to the LPAD from this little apartment here. Maybe an hour and 10 minutes. Okay, I didn't have a piece of 3/16, but I do now. Just took 3/16 and C8 them together. This is basically just to get the fuselage straight. You can do this in your hand. You don't really need to do it on the bench. You can sight down, and I mean, I've done it both ways where I just look down the fuselage and did it. Your eye is a whole lot better than you think it is. So now I take the 3/16, pull this together. I certainly don't like how that is. Set it right on the center. That's it. That's basically all there is to get a fuselage lined up. Now I have these bulkheads to go inside here. I want to see if they fit first. There we go. I have to put holes in these bulkheads, but I want to make sure they fit. I'll mark a center line on these bulkheads and make sure that that's on the center line as well. I'm going to have a pair of pliers to get these in. It's so tiny. But we just so happen to have that. That's basically it. I mean, it's not a big mystery how to put these together. I have to, like I said, I have to cut those bulkheads out for the push rod to pass through before I can glue them in. I do apologize about the stream starting and stopping. If you want to join me, the link is in the chat description. Please turn off your browser. Do not come in the room with YouTube running. Otherwise, it draws the thing down. Anyway, we ran an hour, even with the mishaps on the YouTube side. I guess see if this. If you sky the inside of a piece of brass tubing, you can make a nice hole cutter. Remember, neatness counts. You think, well, why does it count? Because when you hit the ground, I'm going to be looking inside it. Your airplane should be sanded as good inside as it is outside. If you look at the insides of my cowl, they're finished as good inside as the outside. So now I can put this bulkhead in. Now this particular model had a 1/4 inch balsa floor. I wonder if Tommy Looper's ever going to give me my pilot. Anybody that's watching this that knows Tommy Looper, ask him if he's got my pilot done. I'll put it in this airplane. Tommy Looper is the very best pilot carver I've seen. He's good. So the short end goes to the top because that's where the floor goes. Cockpit floor. Sorry for you looking at the top of my head, but I got to be able to see in here. Let's see, do I have a small square made? I do not have a square made up, so I'll just use this. Yeah, it's pretty good. That's better. Now F6 or F7 is going to be a little more difficult because it's rather small. You can always reach in there with a long sanding stick and sand these out if you have any clearance problem. Yeah, split. But that's okay, we got glue. You don't want to do that too many times. You ask me why? Because all that glue, if you put a bottle of glue on your airplane, weigh that bottle of glue. That's exactly how much weight you're putting on your airplane. I would like to get a weight on this tonight before we end the stream. I don't know why that the stream acted up. But as I've told you guys before, I don't own the internet yet, so I don't have any control on it. YouTube's always monkeying with something, or these engineers are always monkeying with something just to make them feel like they're doing something. Okay. Try to keep everything square. Um, Joe Daly wrote an article last month, Model Aviation, about straight. He didn't think light was the most important thing. That he said that straight was. Well, forgot one thing on that article. You got to have rigid, light, extra light, straight, and rigid. Okay, let's take it out of the jig. And glued the tail down there. That's it. That's all there is to it. Let's see what it weighs. Probably weighs about 4 ounces. That's what it feels like. Here, we'll give you the bird's eye view of how much it weighs. How much a puppy weigh? That's the grams. Ounces. 3.8. I think that's what it says. Yep, 3.8. So this would be a nice airplane. I felt that Nobler that I built the other day, yesterday, on Tuesday night when Jerry brought it in to go flying. It's nice. About 40 ounces. Make sure everything's square, everything's sanded flat. And tomorrow night, I guess we'll start on the elevator stabilizer. Get all that glue off of there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry about the problems. We'll see you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Central. The chat has been open. Nobody's come in. So remember, we're going to do this 1 hour a day until it's complete. And this is what we've got in 6 hours. Not my normal speed. Considering I built a complete Aries in 11 days. That's 11 days painted, covered, and in the air from start to finish. First piece of wood cut to in the air, 11 days. And was it Vandersmith? No, Mike Schmidt and Dennis Vandiker. Dennis Vandiker sold that airplane just the other day. I hope the guy likes it. That takes a PA-40 ultralight, by the way. So, until tomorrow night, fair winds, tight lines. See ya.